Hi
Oh,
everyone.
good evening, good evening. Welcome to Equilibrium Collective. I'm Laura Jane. This is my co-host Jess. Um,
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. You?
Yeah, really good. Busy week so far, and it's only Tuesday.
Yeah. Been exactly the same.
Oh no. And we've got exciting stuff coming up. We're going to do a ghost investigation on Saturday. So we're going to have the Kent and the Essex Division together. I can't
Yeah, it's
wait.
gonna be good. I can't
Yeah, we're
wait.
going to do we'll do about the Sarah Moore. So that's really interesting about the Sea Witch. So yeah, look out for that because once we've done that, we're going to edit the video and we're going to set that up to so you can all see it. And then I think we've got another one the following week, next week. We're going to do I can't remember the place in Rochford.
Rochford Hall.
That's it, Rochford Hall. Rain fog. Hi, Simon.
Hi
Good to
Simon.
see you. I mean, today we're going to do something different because I love all this about mythology. I love doing about Greek mythology, Norse, and today we're going to do about Egyptian mythology surrounding the pyramids, the curses, and everything that comes with it. And we're going to do about two Egyptian gods, Osiris and Anubis. I love Anubis. I think he's badass. So, hello, Gemma. Nice to see you.
Hi Gemma.
So we're going to kick off. You're going to start off about Tutankhamun, if I said that
I
right.
am.
I am terrible at pronouncing words, so I am going to say now. I apologise if I misread the words because I am terrible at them. So yeah, go on then. I'm going to leave it to you, Jess, to start off.
Cool. So, one of the most famous curses I'm going to start off with is the curse of Tutankhamun or Tutankhamun.
Yep.
I always say it wrong, so I do apologise. So yeah, we're going to start off with him this evening. So Tutankhamun was the child pharaoh. He did die very young. So his tomb was actually discovered in 1923 by a man called Howard Carter. And so when he discovered it, before even entering, people all around were speaking about them going in there and saying about the rumours of it being cursed and that they shouldn't be going in. But Mr. Carter didn't want to listen to that. He didn't believe in curses, magic, anything like that. So yeah, he decided to go in and actually smashed through one of the walls, being a bit impatient. And so there's this question on whether this released a curse upon himself and other people that were involved in the dig. So there was himself, and I think there was about 7 other people that did end up passing away, who were involved with the dig. But when they opened the tomb, the first thing to die, because it wasn't actually a person. So the man who opened it was Howard Carter. It was his budgie that passed away first.
Oh, no, not the body.
It was his pet budgie.
I don't
Like,
like hearing about animals dying.
I know. So whenever I'm watching a program and like if a human dies, like I'd rather a human die than the pet die. Like if I
I'm
see a
the
dog die, like
same.
it breaks my heart.
It does.
So yeah, unfortunately, his budgie was the first, or budgie or canary. It was a canary, was the first to pass away, and he died because a cobra actually managed to get inside the canary's cage, and unfortunately, did eat him. And it was because a messenger actually came upon this. So he was still at the dig, but this one person witnessed this cobra inside the cage, couldn't get out. So yeah, he went back to Howard Carter, said, really sorry, but this has happened, your canary's dead. So that put him off a little bit, but not entirely. He
Yeah.
still continued to go on with the dig. He still continued to get all these items. But the one thing that was actually quite interesting was that there's 2 statues that basically tried to act as protection inside the tomb, so to try and ward off people. And on top of their headdress was a cobra.
Ah.
So they reckon that these protectors of the tomb with the cobras on their heads had actually sent this cobra to start the curse.
Yeah.
Just trying to... Yeah,
I just can't believe out of the curse that they, instead of going for like a person, it went for the budgie. I'm like, what did the budgie do?
Budgie was the first to go. I don't know the exact order of everyone else. But yeah, I'm just going to have a look through. I've seen there's so many comments coming up already.
I know. Who we got?
Hi,
We've got
everyone.
Katie, Sarah's here, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
Paul. Nice to see you all, guys.
Yeah, there's so many different things when it came to protections of the tombs. Gases being one of them, yeah. Hi, Polly. So another person that passed away was Lord Carnarvon. So this is someone, I believe, that actually helped with the money side for the dig. You know, gave money to go towards getting all of the tools and supplies and things. Now, this person, again, was involved in the dig. He did go out there and he did take some time away. He decided to take some time away with his daughter on a boat. Now, it was when he was on this boat that he was actually bitten by a mosquito on his cheek. Again, this is after the dig, so curse gradually going along. And so, yeah, he was bitten on his cheek by a mosquito. And there was one day where he was shaving, and unfortunately he shaved over the bite, and it caused an infection. So he ended up with blood poisoning, and he did end up dying from that.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that was another death just because it just got infected. But it turns out that Tutankhamun, when he was discovered, he also had what appeared to be a bite on his cheek. So almost like mirroring exactly what had happened to Tutankhamun.
Yeah.
Which is really, really weird.
It is amazing though, don't you? Because it's like, it's a version like, is it coincidence?
Yeah.
Is it, you know, or is it this curse? And it's like, I mean, when it comes to this, you basically have your own beliefs. Like some people are like, nah, it is just a coincidence. Some people are like very religious, especially Egyptians. They believe firmly in all of like the curses and their gods. And
yeah. Do we know where the curses came from? So the curses, they're all down to trying to protect the pharaohs, trying to protect their bodies from people opening up their tombs, taking them away like we have done. I mean, thing is, it is fascinating. I've seen a lot of documentaries where people have gone on digs and, you know, discovered these tombs, and they are really interesting. I'll be like, wow, like I would love to be there. I wouldn't love to be cursed, but it's the fact that it's almost like you're stepping back in time. And you're in a place where once the pharaohs were, like you can be touching the same stone that they once touched. It's just amazing to me, like just stepping back in history. But yeah, I would not like to be cursed for that. So
no, It's like all the original stones, like you said, like you could have
Yeah,
residual energy in that as well.
yeah.
Forgot what it's called now. It's oh, I don't know what you call it. But when you have residual energy, I can't
Mm.
remember. I've got brain fog. But yeah, you can get residual energy from things that were in the, especially in buildings, because it holds a lot of energy, like
Hmm.
especially stones, bricks, and things like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I would not like to go in a tomb because yeah, I would not want to be cursed because no, my
yeah,
life, I would 100% be cursed.
yeah. That's my thing. I've always wanted to go to Egypt just to go to the pyramids. I've always been just fascinated with them. But it is that thing of like, if you were to touch something, would you then be picking up on a curse? Like, you don't want to be
Yeah,
taking that home with you.
no. It's the same with the jars, don't they? Because when they
Yeah.
do the mummification, they
Hmm.
have like their heart, their liver, they have all their body parts, and
Yeah.
apparently if you
Their
take one of
internal
them,
organs.
that inserts a curse as well.
Hmm.
But I mean, the whole process of mummification absolutely fascinates me. I just like when
Yeah.
you see that prod in the hook and they stick it up the nose, and I'm like,
Yeah. I was
how?
just thinking the same thing.
How do they do? Oh, I'm thinking, oh.
The
And
one
they've done it
thing,
to some people alive as well. When they're alive, they've done it.
yeah, it's the one thing that really creeps me out and it always makes my skin crawl is the scarab beetles.
Mm,
So they would place them on their bodies and they'd go under the skin and just, no, thank
yeah.
you. No, no.
It reminds me of the mummy, doesn't it?
Yes.
Brendan Fraser in, which I saw someone write about Brendan
Yeah,
Fraser.
yeah,
And you see him, they go, and you can see him right under the skin crawling. I'm like, what?
yeah.
That is an amazing film, though.
It is, yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's what got me interested in Egyptian folklore, mythology, and that. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
So yeah, also with this this Howard guy, this Howard Carter, so he was obviously the one that discovered
Yeah,
the tomb. He also so there's a story that he actually sent a mummified hand to a friend of his
yeah.
by the name of Sir Bruce Ingham. Now, I don't know why you would send someone an old mummified hand. But along with this hand that he sent to him was a bracelet. And on this bracelet, there was a warning that said, "Cursed be he who moves my body." I don't know whether he knew that was inscripted on the bracelet or not.
Yeah,
Should have really looked into it if he didn't.
yeah.
Because upon receiving the bracelet, Sir Ingham's home actually burnt down. And after being burnt down, it was actually hit with a flood as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
again, we're getting these either accidents, coincidences, curse from something that
Yeah,
said like, "Cursed be him who moves my body."
yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean, my
that's not
opinion is I definitely believe
all
it.
these things happening around Tutankhamun's tomb.
Yeah, I think too much has happened for it to be just a coincidence, but that's my, obviously it's my view.
Yeah,
Everyone has their own views, but it's just like you said, with the mosquito bite in the cheek, and yet that's Tutankhamun got bit in the same place. It's like,
yeah.
and then the hand, and then with the fire, and obviously all the other. I think there were 7 deaths, weren't there,
Yeah, about
surrounding that?
7 deaths. I can't remember how many people were involved with the dig. There were quite a few people.
Mm.
So 7 out of all of them. It said that is a small number of them.
Yeah,
But to me, that's still 7 people.
yeah.
Like, so
And it makes you wonder. Then 7 people, were they the 7 people that went into
yeah.
the tomb and disturbed?
Also, the man who died with the mosquito bite. Some people do say that he was already having health problems before this was going on.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like contributed to it. But yeah, that's up to what people believe, really.
Yeah. Well, of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've got on Tutankhamun. However you want to say his name.
Well, I sound proper like Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun. I think it's Tutankhamun. But it's always that thing, like when you're growing up as a kid, it was always Tutankhamun.
I just called him Tutu.
Yeah.
I
don't think you'd like that. Pharaoh Tutu. I don't know.
Oh, don't. When I said to you earlier about instead of the curse of the pharaohs, I said the curse of the fairies. I'm like, why did I say that?
You did, yeah. There'll be something new to look into.
Yes. Oh, this time I'm right. It makes you wonder where they learnt mummification from. Yeah, it's a good point, because I didn't actually read up on that, but yeah, it makes you wonder how they even come up with mummification, like I said, and with that prods that they use to get the brain out the nose. How do you get a brain out the nose? I don't know. Yeah, and then wrap them up in all the garment.
Yeah, sorry, Sarah's just put, don't mess with the Fae. I don't think I want to mess with the Fae or the Pharaohs.
The Fae. Yes, Katie, we can see your messages. Oh dear. So I'm going to start off then with what I've got about the curse of the pharaohs, not the curse of the fairies. It's also known as the mummy curse. Well, this curse allegedly was cast upon anybody who disturbs a mummy, but most importantly, if you disturb a pharaoh. This is where, like, Tutankhamun and all them, the curse would be more significant. The curse would I can't say it, differentiate, if I said that right, between whoever disturbed their resting place. The curse was claimed to have caused bad luck, illness, and in some instances, death. Since the mid-20th century, many authors and documentaries have argued that the mummy curse was real. And what I mean is in the sense of having scientifically explicable causes such as bacteria, or it could be radiation. So this is where it comes in. Is it coincidence, or could it be something else? Like, could it be the curse? However, the modern origins of the Egyptian mummy curse was that it was primarily used in European cultures to be changing the shift of magic to science. This is to explain the curses from condemning the disturbance of the dead to then using it to entertain people through horror movies or TV shows. It's all glorified ancient Egyptian culture, and this is where they brought it into, like I said, movies, TV shows. Where did I get to? Oh yeah, there are occasional instances of genuine ancient curses appearing inside or on the facade of a tomb, as in the case of the mastaba of Kentika. I think that could be right how I said it. Kentika Akiki. I'm terrible with saying though. Of the sixth dynasty, Saqqara. These appear to be directed towards the Ka priest to protect the tomb and preserve its ritual purity, rather than as a warning for potential robbers. There's also been stories of curses going back to the 19th century, but this multiplied after Howard Carter's discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun. But that is something, obviously, that Jess has already talked about. So that's what I've got on the curse of the pharaohs and the mummy curse.
Yeah, I did have a little video that I found to go along with the Tutankhamun.
Well, that'd be good.
So let me just see if I can get that up quickly. Bear with me.
Oh,
it's we've got first time doing this. So Right.
Hi, the Simpson Jameson family, or Richie, I think you said. Nice to see you. Remember why Sarah's setting up the video. If you've got any questions, please put them on the comments. We'll answer to the best of our ability. If you want to chat a load of rubbish, I'm happy to chat rubbish as well. I'm good at that. So yeah,
Right.
let's listen to this video then.
In February 1923, after the opening of the burial chamber, an exhausted Lord Carnarvon took some time out with his daughter, Evelyn.
So he rented a dahabaya and he decided to sail up towards Aswan, to sail on the Nile and have a few days of rest. Unfortunately, as he sailed, he was bitten by a mosquito on his left cheek. And instead of dabbing it with iodine, he nicked it with his razor when he was shaving, and it became infected.
Evelyn brought her father back to Luxor, where his condition worsened.
So then she took him up to Cairo, where there were better doctors, but I think he was stressed and exhausted. He got probably a form of septicemia. It probably went to his lungs. And then sadly he died on April the 6th, 1923.
The moment he died, Cairo was plunged into darkness.
And by some mischance or not, the lights in Cairo did go out on that night. And actually his dog Susie howled and died back here at the same time. So it is, I suppose maybe I just think of this as respect for the past. We don't know what happens after we die. It does seem to me so sad that Lord Carnarvon died in the hour of his triumph. He had made the most extraordinary discovery of all time.
With Lord Carnarvon's sudden death, the press, excluded from the tomb, now had a story they could run wild with.
Dateline Egypt. Visitors flocked to the open tomb, attracted as much by the legendary curse as of the chance to step into a chamber of the far distant past. Mystics the world over, led by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, cried out that the tomb's curse had claimed its desecrator.
So that's the video that I've come across. I can come back out of this.
Ooh, nice moustache.
There we go. So yeah, I actually forgot about like the lights going out in Egypt upon his death, and like his dog dying at the same time. Like, see the dog dying. Like,
I can't do animal deaths. Like, you should see me with the Lion King or Bambi. I'm like a sloppy mess at the end of that.
Yeah. So
no, Mufasa.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's yeah, either like really strange that happened. Obviously him dying, the lights going out in Egypt, and then his dog dying at the same time as those lights going out. Is that a coincidence?
No.
Is it just?
I mean, like Sarah said, it's too much to be a coincidence.
Yeah,
I believe it
as well.
Well, you know, this is why we do what we do, because, you know, we want to explore different sides of different religions and their beliefs and what happens, like with their curses and like witches and like say the Fae, and so I believe in a lot of it. Like I believe in aliens. Like it's like I said, people go, you know, there's no such things as aliens, but like I said, you can't. I know I'm going off track. I'm meant to be talking about Egypt, but it's like
but that also links in because they say that aliens created the pyramids. Or the, you know,
it's true. They did say like how could man make such a massive, because obviously you don't have the gear like we did now. Like how would they make it, and the bricks? Well, there weren't. There were massive stones. Like, how did they do it? I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, aliens, people go, I don't believe in aliens. I was like, but how can you be so closed off to that, to think that we're the only living people in the whole universe? I was like, no way. There's life elsewhere. You can't be that naive and cut off to think that it's just us and that's it. I mean, I've witnessed stuff, you know, a lot of us have witnessed stuff.
Yeah.
To say that we don't believe in it, you know, I do, because I have witnessed quite a few things, like even the paranormal. I've witnessed stuff.
It's like Sarah says here, like the pyramids were built in line with the star constellations.
Yes, they are.
Like, how, like it leaves you a bit speechless.
It does, because you're thinking, how did they do that?
Yeah.
And like to do it to align with the stars, and like, because obviously there's energy or something that makes whatever happens in the pyramids. It is. I love it. I love all this stuff. Fascinates me. I'm rambling now.
So I did come across another story.
Yeah.
Now this one I did get a bit excited about. But also, you know, it could just be a ghost story. Okay. So back in the 1890s, an Englishman purchased a coffin with a mummy inside that was believed to be the princess of Amun-Ra. Now, he did get it shipped back to his hometown, but he wasn't there to pick it up. It said that he actually disappeared and he was never heard of again. So he's actually declared missing. So obviously this now leaves a coffin with a mummy inside it. So there was someone else that decided that they would take it on.
Yeah.
However, like there were other people that were traveling around with this businessman that went missing. One of them had lost an arm in an accident.
Yeah.
Another had lost all of their fortunes within it was a bank failure. So again, you've got a man that's gone missing. You've got a man that's lost an arm in an accident. And then you've got a third person that's lost all their fortunes.
Wow.
So again,
and this is all surrounding this mummy. What's her name again?
Princess of Amun-Ra.
Yeah, I've heard of her before.
Yeah, you saw the custom bill.
Yeah. Yeah, stop doing stuff that I'm doing a run-up.
So yeah, someone else then purchased the mummy. In the coffin. But when he purchased it, a couple of his family members were then injured in a car accident. And his home caught fire. There seems to be a lot of fires, homes catching fire. Yeah. So yeah, again, he wanted to get rid of this. Like he didn't want to have it anymore because of all these horrible things that were happening with his family and his home. So he did end up donating it to a British museum.
Yeah.
So when they donated it, it said that noises would be heard inside the coffin by the night staff and the night guards. And one night, it turned out that one of the night guards suddenly passed away. So because of that, again, they didn't want it anymore. So it's a bit like pass the parcel here. We keep just passing it around until we can get rid of it. And like they really, really struggled to try and find someone that would take this off their hands. They finally found someone in America who didn't believe in any of these curses. They don't believe in magic, anything like that. So they didn't mind taking it on board. So they decided, yeah, we're going to ship it over to America. Supposedly, in the Titanic.
What? Bum, bum, bum. That's amazing. The Titanic.
In the Titanic. So I have tried to look into this. And from what I've seen, it does say that there wasn't any record. But, like, there was the part that said the mummy was put into one of the lifeboats and then shipped into America so that it turned up there. But yeah, there was nowhere to say that it was actually on board. So yeah, like how did we get this story? Where has this come from? Like, I don't know, but it's an amazing story.
I mean, how amazing would it be if that was true?
Yeah,
that would be. So that's the thing, because there's no records. It's all speculation, isn't it?
Yeah. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, Titanic? What? Titanic?
Oh,
just,
Katie
like,
beat
through
to
the
it. Yeah, so
story.
she's in the bottom of the ocean then, bless her. In a watery grave.
Yeah, so yeah, either ended up at the bottom of the ocean, didn't get on the Titanic at all, or it's turned up in America.
Wow.
So yeah, that's something that I really want to have a look more into, because it does seem very interesting. Yeah, plot twist.
That is, yeah. I wasn't expecting.
Was the Titanic cursed by a mummy?
So yeah, so in other words, like, people could say that because of this mummy, that she caused the death of all them people on the Titanic. She made it sink.
Yeah, because it was again with the Titanic, they're trained to be able to see these icebergs coming on the horizon, but there was like a sort of effect that I don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. But it was almost as if the ocean was mirrored up into the sky, so that you can actually see any icebergs. You just saw this still, like, sheet of water.
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know, when you go into a desert and you can see like a mirage. It's like a mirage.
Oh yeah.
And so could that have been an effect by this cursed mummy?
I mean, if it is, that's savage.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Or is it just science?
Yeah. Oh, Simon's put.
Hang on, let
They
me
say the Titanic hit an iceberg and didn't think a lettuce could do that much damage.
Oh,
maybe it got dried up in the lovely sun. Made it rock hard. It crusted over.
Yeah. So yeah, Titanic. Who knows?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't help it. I had to add that in today. It was just brilliant.
Ooh, I couldn't find it. Where are you? I am going to talk about Anubis. I love Anubis. He is amazing. Anubis is the Egyptian god of, like, mummification and of the afterlife as well. He was the patron of lost souls and the helpless. He's one of the oldest gods of Egypt. Anubis's image is seen on royal tombs from the first dynasty of Egypt, from 3150 to 2890 BCE. But he certainly already developed a cult following prior to this period in order to be invoked on the tomb's wall for protection. He is thought to have developed in response to wild dogs and jackals digging up newly buried corpses at some point in the dynastic period. If I've said that right, I'm useless at pronouncing stuff. In Egypt, the 6,000 to the 31,050 BCE. As the Egyptians believed, a powerful canine god was the best protection against wild canines. So what does Anubis look like? Was depicted as a black canine, like a jackal dog hybrid with pointed ears. He has massive muscular shaped body. Oh, wow. Muscular man-shaped body with the head of a jackal. The colour black was chosen for its symbolism, as this colour symbolised the decay of a body as well as the fertile soil of the Nile River Valley, which represented regeneration of life. Anubis was the protector of the dead, who made sure they received their rights in burial and stood by them in the afterlife to assist with their resurrection. In earlier times, Anubis was considered to be the son of Ra. Where did I go? Oh, that's it. The son of Ra and Hestat. But after his assimilation into the Osiris myth, he was held to be the son of Osiris, and his sister-in-law, Nefertiti. Nefertiti, I think that's how you say her name. A popular image of Anubis is of him either standing or kneeling, holding the golden scales. And this is where the heart of the deceased person was weighed against a white feather of truth. All in what I've researched, everything pretty much says the same, in that Anubis was a protector of the dead and a guide for the souls in the afterlife. Anubis was central of every aspect of an individual's death experience, being a protector. He stood with the soul as a just judge. Anubis helped to judge the dead, and him and his army of messengers were charged with punishing those who violated tombs or offended the gods. I mean, I think he's pretty hardcore, Anubis. He's that's what I love, because they do. Sorry, I've cut my finger. It's bleeding everywhere.
Oh
God. It's all right. So yeah, you have the golden scales, and this is what I absolutely love, because you have this is where they judge whether you have been truthful, if you've got a good soul or a bad soul. And this is where you have the white feather on one end, you have the heart on the other, and if it stays, it doesn't move, then you've had a good life, you've been good, and Anubis will march you on to your next path. Or if the heart goes down, it means your heart's heavy, you've done bad, you don't have a pure soul. So you don't have a pure soul. So this is where he will take you, basically their version of hell. It's lovely. But yeah, it's pretty awesome when you think about it. What's Sarah put? If their sins amount to more than a feather weight, the soul's consumed by a jackal-like demon. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that is true. This is where, like I said, if their heart is heavy, they've not done good, and this is where Anubis will take you down to their version of hell. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So you also said about Osiris. Now,
yes.
Him being the father. So we did also find some information on Osiris, and there being a curse with them, with Osiris as well.
Yeah.
And what I've got here, I didn't actually get time to write it down, so I've just got it up. So I've got here that Egyptologist Walter Bryan Emery found a small statue of Osiris, the god of death, in 1971. He brought it back to the Diggs office, but after leaving it to to go to the bathroom. Their assistant heard a commotion inside and found him dead. So yeah, another one dead in the toilet. Because
way to go.
making this statue of him.
Ah,
Yeah.
we've got oh, got a new person. I don't know. Sheriff. I can't see you. But howdy, Critical Collective. Hope all is well, my friends. Howdy, Laura Jane. Well, hello. Howdy to you. I believe the first word is Sheriff. Buford. I can't pronounce that. It looked Arabic then, but I realised it's not. You've got different font. Welcome.
So my eyes are so bad that I actually thought that was Arabic.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Is that Arabic? That's why I lean closer like that. Yeah. No, it's different font.
So yes, that's why I keep rubbing my eyes. If people are wondering why I keep rubbing my eyes, it's because my contact lenses been changing and I can't read properly.
I've got glasses on and I can't.
Yeah.
Sheriff Buford T. Cletus.
Okay.
I think I said that right. Well, hello, Sheriff. Howdy.
No.
Funny. Hiya, Sheriff Buford Cletus. Oh, funny. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I think Simon asked if there were any what do you call them? Hang on, let me go back through the comments. Where are you, Simon? Modern curses, that's the word. So I'm not sure about modern curses, but I did find one that was he was basically a German thief, and in 2007 took a trip to Egypt and actually ended up stealing an item. And when he got home, it basically just caused a lot of suffering. Like he became suddenly ill, which then led to him being paralyzed and then dying. So to stop anything else happening from in the family, the stepson wrote to the embassy anonymously, but confessing that this item has caused so many problems and so much tragedy within the family that like they're really sorry and they don't want it anymore. So he did apologize for taking it, but a little bit too late. But he wanted to get it as far away as possible so that, you know, it didn't cause any more problems for the family.
I mean, if that's not a warning to not steal, I don't know what is.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was 2007. So it's quite recent, but you know, it's not going to be a recent curse, but it's something that's happened more recently.
Yeah. I mean, I think Simon said, where are you? Are there any curses prior to Egypt, or did it start there? I don't know. I'll be honest. I have no idea, Simon, to say that. So I'm going to say I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is curses prior to that. Because there is
because obviously we take it in turns each week to do these lives. So it'd be myself and Laura again, not next week, but the week after. Maybe that's something for us to look into. Maybe we look at some other countries and see how far back the curses go. Maybe look at ancient Greece.
Oh yes, please. I love Greek mythology. I was obsessed with it ever since when I watched the film. I used to watch when I was a kid. I used to sit around my nan's house. Well, sit around there. I used to stay around there for the weekend. And she would have like the old films on, like Hercules, Jason and the Argonauts, and I loved it. And that's what got me into Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And I know Sinbad has nothing to do with it, but I used to watch Sinbad. I was just like, this is amazing. But you look back, I thought, that's amazing. How did they do that? And I look at it now going, that is a pile of shit.
Yeah.
You got it. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. It just slips out. But yeah, no, it's you look at it and it is like Play-Doh type moving. But I was amazed by it. It's like magical when you're a kid. But everything is like amazing. But yeah, I'd love to do about the Greek mythology. I think, especially surrounding the gods, I think I'm a bit weird, but my favourite is Hades. I'm proper into the dark, the death stuff, but I love Hades.
Yeah. No,
I'm trying to remember his wife's name or girlfriend's name, but yeah.
Persephone.
Pardon?
Persephone.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love all that. But yeah, especially when the Disney film Hercules come out.
Yes, one of my favourites.
Yeah. I love Hercules. Imagine all the curses that have been put on the British Empire for the procurement of artifacts from around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Could you imagine, especially in the Natural History Museum?
Mm.
I mean, I believe we have another video, don't we?
We have one on Osiris.
Yeah, because we've done about Anubis. So I learned a bit more about Osiris. I mean, like I said, originally Anubis was meant to be the son of Ra, but then later on it became Osiris came into the picture, and then Anubis was made Osiris's son. So I don't know how. I didn't go in that much depth to really understand how that happened. So I'm gonna look into it a bit more in depth. But yeah, I'd love to learn a bit more about Osiris. So
let's get this video up then. So it's basically just a little video to tell you who he is. So I'm gonna get that up. So bear with me.
He's the god of death, isn't he, Osiris?
Yes. All right. Here we go.
Today in this video, I'm going to walk you through the story of the ancient Egyptian god of the dead, Osiris. And then we'll learn why he was so important throughout all of ancient Egyptian history. So let's jump right in. In ancient Egyptian mythological beliefs, during Egypt's early history, the gods ruled as kings on earth. Osiris was one of those gods who served as king, and he was also one of 4 siblings, 2 brothers and 2 sisters. He was married to his very clever sister, Isis. However, his reign would come to an abrupt end when his jealous brother Seth attacked and murdered him. In many versions of this story, Seth takes it a step further. Not only does he kill his brother Osiris, but he also dismembers his body, tearing it into many pieces.
Nice.
Isis and their other sister Nephthys had to search all over Egypt for Osiris's body. And then when they found it, they fixed it, put it back together, basically making him Egypt's first mummy. The 2 sisters then greatly mourned Osiris, crying and beating their brows. Isis, who was a very powerful goddess known for her intelligence and her knowledge of magic, then was able to bring Osiris back to life and conceive a child by him. The child, named Horus, would eventually grow up and fight his uncle Seth, becoming the next divine king when he defeated him. Now, by restoring Osiris's body like this and then reviving him, Isis made it possible for Osiris to live on forever as king. But now, instead of being king of the living, he would be king of the dead in the afterlife. Despite some parts of this story seeming fantastical to us today, the story of Osiris has classic elements that really anyone can understand and relate to. Jealousy between brothers, love, and grief over the death of a loved one. But why was it so important to the ancient Egyptians and to their beliefs about the afterlife? Well, basically Osiris was the first to die and then be revived or reborn into the afterlife. Although his body was killed and damaged, it was restored, making him the first mummy. a model for all humans who wanted to live on after death. This is why statues and paintings of Osiris show him as if he were wrapped up like a mummy. So is all of this making sense so far? If so, let me know by writing Osiris in the comments below. For people who wanted to live on forever after death, emulating Osiris, that is, imitating the process that he went through, was crucial for success. This is why, if you could afford it, it was really important to preserve your body through mummification, and then to have an elaborate funeral that included many rituals and women who would mourn you by crying and beating their brows, just like Isis and Nephthys had done for Osiris. Doing these things helped a person make their way to the afterlife and be able to live there forever. So now that you know the story of Osiris, who is your favorite character? Is it the main character, Osiris, who was able to be reborn into the afterlife and live forever? Maybe his jealous brother Seth? Or maybe his vengeful son Horus? Or was it his very clever wife Isis, who was able to bring him back to life? Let me know which one is your favorite by leaving a comment in the comments below. I can't wait to see what you think. And, of course, you can also connect with me on Facebook and Instagram. To learn more...
Well, that was interesting.
A little
What
bit about
piqued my interest is when he said he married his sister.
I know, but that happened a lot, didn't it? That's why Tutankhamun was the way that he was. He actually had a problem with his leg, and he'd get diseases, and because his mum and dad were brother and sister.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bit of incest, eh? That is wow. Susan said Isis married his sister. I thought, wow. That is amazing. Right, Simon, because we've only got about 8 minutes left. So if any of you have any questions, we'll answer to the best of our ability. Simon's just put, I think when it comes to the origin of curses, we might have to go biblical, but then it would be more belief based. Of course, belief fuels curses. Very true. You would have to go back, like predating, like the Bible and all that. But I'm not going to mention Christianity, so we're going to swiftly move past that. Katie, she is my favourite. What a woman for travelling all that way to find the body parts and put him back together.
That's love.
I mean, yeah. That's a good wife and sister.
Oh.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
But also remember, guys, we've got Kerry and Sarah doing a live next week. We'll be back the week after. For those that didn't see the beginning of the live, myself, the Essex division and the Kent division with Jess and Sarah, we're all going to get together on Saturday and do an investigation in Essex about the Sarah Moore, the Sea Witch. Can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I actually get to meet you guys in person finally, and not on the phone or the tablet. I still can't believe because Kerry said, "Oh, Sarah's shorter than me." I was like, "There's no way." Kerry's so cute. I said, I look like a giant compared to Kerry. I was like, Jesus, poor Sarah.
Yeah, I'm quite tall.
I use Kerry's head as an armrest.
No, yeah, I can't wait for Saturday. It's going to be really good.
Oh, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And obviously, we're going on an investigation next week with the Kent division again. We're going to do Rochford Hall. So we've got some really exciting stuff coming up. So please stay tuned. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We have Facebook account, so you can like us and that. We also have TikTok that Jess does. Jess does amazing TikTok videos. So if you haven't seen her TikTok videos, please go over and watch them. They're amazing. She has different seasons.
Yeah, we're on.
I can't remember what season you're doing now.
So yeah, I think we're on season 4 now, and it's all to do with symbology. So the first episode is already up, so do go over and check that out. So the first one is on the pentagram.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Yeah,
you have the triangle on the top.
I am going to do another one because there are lots of different ways on using the pentagram, inverted pentagrams. So yeah, I will be going into some more information on those as well. But there's also going to be some Egyptian ones as well.
Yes, can't wait. I love all of that. And yeah, you should definitely check out the past seasons. The last one, the third one you did, was all about demons, and that I loved that.
So season 1 was haunted dolls.
That's it.
Season 2 was cryptids. Season 3 was demonology, and now we're on season 4, so symbology.
Yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, guys, please check out Jess's TikTok. They are so good. I love them. I look forward to them every week when she puts one up. I'm like, yay. But yeah, my favourite so far was definitely your demonology about demons, and that was absolutely fascinating.
I did enjoy making that season.
Oh, we'll take one last question then. Simon, if someone cursed you, how would you react to it? And if things happen, would you see it as coincidence or the curse? Me being me, I would definitely believe it's a curse.
Yeah.
Definitely be like, nope.
End up
not
doing one
today,
of those.
Satan. Not today.
End up doing one of those. What is it? Like an egg cleanse, wasn't it? Is it an egg cleanse?
Yeah.
You put an egg in some water or something. I've not ever done one because I've never felt
that
like
you put an egg under your bed.
I don't know. I thought you had to like rub it over your body.
Yeah, you're meant to rub it over your body, and I'm sure you're meant to, when you go to bed at night, put it under your bed, and then you crack it the next day. And if it, I can't remember if it's cloudy or if it's like that, that's all the bad energy that's come out.
Okay.
I think it's done like that. Don't quote me on that because that's like Kerry and Sarah's thing. They're
I
really
have
good
seen
at
it
that.
about, but I've just not done it myself. But that does sound right.
I've never done it. I've done the saging myself and that, but I've never done the egg cleansing.
Yeah, haven't needed to, so we'll keep that in the bank.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
I'm not jinxing myself. Touch wood down.
No. I do that quite a bit already. Like I don't need anything else. I'm good.
No. Got enough drama, thank you. No more. We'll keep that one away. So we've come to the end of our live, so I'm going to say good night. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your support. Like I said, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We've got a Facebook. If you go in there, like that, we can comment. We do lots of other stuff on there. We're always on it every day, putting things up. Obviously talked about Jess's TikToks, so please go on that. I believe we're on Instagram as well.
We are.
So we are on Instagram as well. I'm useless. I'm literally techno illiterate. I am useless, so I'm not very good at TikTok and Instagram. This is about as far as I go, this and Facebook. So, but yeah, if you haven't already, please do. Share as well if you can. Share this video. We really appreciate all your support. We love you being here, so thank you. And you'll have Kerry and Sarah. Huh?
So hit the bell, subscribe.
Yes, please. Yeah, we honestly, we really appreciate all your support. So me and Jess are going to go. So thank you so much. Check out Sarah and Kerry next week. And we'll say good night. So thank you, guys. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.